big announcement from President Trump, the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. As you said, he committed suicide when faced with U.S. troops who were about to kill him, demanding that he surrender. Now, this is a really big moment, but it's unclear what comes next for this caliphate, for the Islamic State. Remember, that caliphate was destroyed back in March, and now their charismatic leader is also dead. So Emmanuel Macron, the French president, came out and said that this is just a stage in the fight against Islamic State. That's true, and it also isn't, because we have to remember that, for these international terrorist organizations like Islamic State, the symbolism of losing a leader, while that's easily replaceable with someone else, it's also very significant. Everybody who declared bay'ah, or allegiance, to Islamic State did so not just to the state or statelet itself, but also to its leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. So everybody who was staying in Baghouz, the last remnants of Islamic State back in March, facing battering by the U.S.-led coalition against Islamic State, they were doing so on the orders of the caliph. And very few Islamist organizations or jihadi groups have arrogated themselves to such a level where they've tried to revive the notion of a caliphate. Islamic State was really unique in that regard. Without their caliphate, without their leader, they really are just a terrorist organization, anything like al-Qaeda or other groups throughout the world. So whether they're going to regroup and try to reform their caliphate, whether they're going to entrench themselves and try to operate through sleeper cells and launch isolated terror attacks, it's unclear. But this is a major blow, Oliver.
Dr. Hellier is an expert in politics of the modern Arab world, religion and politics in Europe, and he joins me now live from Cairo. Dr. Hellier, thanks for joining us. What is next for the so-called Islamic State?
So I think what you see in ideas is a breaking down or fragmenting of the organization anyway. And Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi has served as a symbolic figure more than anything else. Operationally, I don't think he was really all that significant. Now, his death is going to have an impact in terms of how the group provides its narrative in terms of trying to recruit people to the organization, because the narrative is pretty much shot. They don't have a territorial state. They don't have a leader that managed to survive the tracking down of his enemies. So I think that it will of a blow, but the organization was moving in the direction of, I think, fragmenting anyway. So I think you see these quote-unquote more extreme elements, if you can get more extreme than what ISIS already is, within the group, battling it out with people who are quote-unquote less extreme. So the group itself is going through a number of problems within. And then intentionally where these cells are active, I think a lot of them have been focusing far more on local disputes, on local grievances, and I think that that's just going to continue, where the local groups are probably going to, if not officially break away, that they're going to become far more autonomous, and some of the members might drift off even to other groups, particularly al-Qaeda, and we may see a new one altogether.